today's video, we're going to be exploring if you can save a marriage that is on the verge of divorce. And for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. So when a marriage is on the edge of divorce, it's really crucial to take very proactive steps to try and save it. We call this the relationship rift. And when the rift has already taken place and the marriage has crossed over the rift, depending on how far over the rift you are, we can really tell quite quickly whether the relationship will end in divorce or if we can yank it back and actually save it. So here are potentially 4 ways to save a marriage in such a situation. The first thing to think about is to make sure that you have open and honest communication with each other. Effective communication is really vital for any relationship. So being able to sit down, have open, honest, non-confrontational conversation about your needs, your concerns and your feelings, being able to listen actively to your partner to try and understand their perspective, and avoiding blame and defensiveness, focusing on finding that common ground and potential solutions. That's what's really needed to kind of get past that impasse. If you are struggling to do that on your own as a team, this is where you can seek professional help to actually have that mediator and to do skills development and training to make sure that you can really hear each other. Important things to think about are different techniques when you're speaking to somebody, making sure that how you speak to them is not laden with criticism and contempt. Criticism and contempt is often met by defensiveness and stonewalling. So we want to make sure that when we describe our feelings and needs, it's our feelings and needs. We're not describing the other person. We're not describing what's wrong with them and our theories and hypotheses about who they are as a person. So if your statements towards them have lots of you words in them, you did this, you do that, you always this, you never this, the relationship is going to struggle, okay? That's going to be perceived as criticism, contempt, and your partner's going to further withdraw and be further defensive. So seeking professional help to actually train you. So a program like Spark, we actually train people how to have those productive conversations with each other. It makes a difference. So having said that, professional help. Marriage coaching on the Spark program not only provide guidance and support during a marital crisis, we actually train you to develop those skills to pilot yourself out of the crisis. And that guidance can facilitate a more constructive approach to resolving your conflicts and rebuilding the relationship. The third component that is really key is the commitment to change. In reality, both partners need to be committed to making changes and working on the relationship. However, I have had situations in the past where things were right at the end of the road. One person was really committed, the other person wasn't committed. And what we did was we really worked with that one person to shift the environment of the relationship. And what was interesting, he did such a great job shifting the environment of the relationship, his wife later came on board. Okay? So it is possible for one person to make really positive steps to shift that environment to then encourage and entice the other person to come back on board. But in reality, you really want both people to be committed to working on themselves and working on the relationship. Relationship, you're each 100% responsible for yourself, but then you both contribute 50% towards the dynamic in the relationship. And you need to own your part of the dynamic. It's not your partner's fault if the dynamic in your relationship isn't working. It's essential to identify the issues that have led to that happening. And to be on the brink of divorce and taking responsibility for your own actions and behaviors, the part you play, the role that you contribute towards that dynamic, and actually reflecting on those shortcomings, being willing to make those changes, it's critical. If you're not willing to do that, it's going to be really, really difficult to yank that relationship back from the relationship abyss. The fourth thing is prioritizing quality time and emotional connection. So in the midst of all that turmoil, it's important to prioritize spending time together and nurturing that connection. And I sometimes feel like you just need a break from all the heavy stuff, a break from all the heavy discussings and the heavy topics and everything that's so intense. To engage in activities that you both enjoy, almost just take a breather from all the drama. Go and do something fun together. Expressing appreciation and affection towards your partner. And building that intimacy and reinforcing that bond can help rekindle the love and the commitment necessary to save the marriage. Look, saving a marriage is not a small thing. It requires effort and patience from both partners. When I first built my divorce recovery program, what was critical in helping people really understand what their role was that they played to contribute towards a relationship ending became the foundation of what is critical to teach people to save their marriage. So it might not always be possible, and in some cases divorce might be the best option for both individuals. And if efforts fail, it's essential to prioritize good communication and well-being and that kind of stuff, so to make sure that even if you're no longer together, you are still able to co-parent and be partners, particularly if you have children together, and navigate those challenges of separation or divorce. But if you can work on those things and you can actually do it at the right timing, and when you're not too far over the rift, you can actually yank that relationship completely back and send it back on its way for a good future. We've done that countless times now, and I really believe that healing a relationship that's on the brink is a learning journey. And by teaching you the skills and techniques that you need to reverse out of a relationship crisis can lead to a new opportunity for you both. To find out more about the Spark program, be sure to book a clarity call and we'll tell you all about it. Take care.